For the past 7 years, VPN companies have fear-tripped over 32 million users, spending $20 million a year on subscriptions. The same companies that you see in sponsored videos by your favorite content creators. This is the largest scam in the tech industry. Most VPN companies, if not all, tell you half of the truth in their advertisements. VPN companies will fear-trip you until you buy their pricey $12 subscription. First of all, you may be wondering, what is a VPN? Well, before I explain any of that, I'll let your favorite tech YouTuber explain it for you.
If you don't already have a VPN, that's a problem. Go check out Private Internet Access. They support a variety of VPN protocols and types of encryption and authentication, which allows you to dial in the exact level of privacy protection that you need. They've got apps for Windows, macOS, Android, iOS, Linux, and Google Chrome, with support for other platforms coming soon. You can connect up to 5 devices at the same time, and their apps include DNS leak protection and IPv6 leak protection, with an internet kill switch that will block all traffic if the VPN becomes disconnected unexpectedly.
VPN stands for Virtual Private Network, which basically uses a server to route your internet connection after your router, essentially making a proxy. Because of the VPN server, your IP address is masked with the server's IP address instead. In theory, you can connect to a VPN server in a different location, making websites and apps think you're connecting from a different location. This brings us to the first point. A common advertisement that you may see in a sponsored video is that you can use a VPN to view restricted content that is not available in your area. As explained before, in theory this is true. However, Netflix, a very popular streaming service, blocks VPN IP addresses and proxies now. This claim by VPN companies is exploitive and completely untrue. Unfortunately, this user on Reddit was probably scammed due to this false claim. Another horrendous claim by VPN companies is that websites and apps cannot track you due to your IP address being hidden. Your IP address is just one of the many things that companies use to track you online. Just like how Netflix was able to tell when you were using a VPN, several other websites will too. Using NordVPN, I clicked on my own Grabify link, and these are a few of the things that Grabify was able to grab with and without NordVPN. Screen orientation, screen resolution, language, if I was using incognito mode, if I was using an ad blocker, browser, and operating system. With the information and cookies that websites use, they can easily track you. When browsing websites that you have logged onto with an email address, Google account, and Facebook account, they can easily gather information from them to send you personalized advertisements. VPNs also claim to provide you something you already have for free: military-grade encryption. Using this encryption, it can prevent you from ARP spoofing, or having the information you insert online stolen on public or non-password protected networks. Something the VPN companies don't want you to know is that ARP spoofing is no longer a problem on most modern websites and applications. Go to any website you commonly visit. Check to see if it has this lock icon next to the URL. If you don't see a lock icon, check to see if the URL starts with HTTPS and not HTTP. If it does, you already have the military-grade encryption promoted by VPNs. This problem also isn't really a problem if you're using public coffee shop Wi-Fi. Just make sure your Wi-Fi is password protected and you have an up-to-date router. The last claim we'll be going over is that VPNs prevent your ISP and network manager from spying on what you're doing. Even though this is technically true, VPN advertisements make you think your ISP and network manager can see the contents of the websites that you're viewing. This isn't true. If you were to visit youtube.com, they could only see that you visited youtube.com and not the videos that you were watching. VPNs can only prevent your ISP and network manager from seeing sites that you are visiting. Also, instead of your ISP collecting this information, you're allowing the VPN company to collect that information instead. This may not all be true because some VPN companies claim to run their VPNs on RAM, which is a temporary file storage solution, making it impossible to permanently store data. If you're using a school or business-owned device, it could have a forced proxy, preventing a VPN from working at all. VPNs can be useful for several things, like hiding from your college the things that you are Googling, bypassing IP address bans, and viewing restricted websites from countries that don't allow it. However, these aren't the same things that VPNs are advertising. If they are, it's an extremely half-truth claim or something not at all true. VPNs mostly promote themselves to be a privacy solution, but fail at making your privacy any better and really only slowing your internet connection down. If you're going to buy a VPN for privacy, don't. You're only paying for another company to possibly collect your information and slow your connection.